What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here, back again with a new Christmas-themed horror review. This film is called The Leech by Eric Pennycoff, who previously directed a film called Sadistic Intentions, which stars much of the same cast. So I went ahead and watched that one first to sort of get ready for this one. Now, this is available on Arrow Streaming. So I went ahead and got a free trial for this. Not sure if I'm going to keep it or not, but I did really want to watch this film, and I did enjoy it. What I like about the streaming, by the way, is here you have the film, and then you have like 3 different features that go with the film. I've watched 2 of them. I did not watch the Q&A from the cast at the Fright Fest premiere. But both Sadistic Intentions in this film are essentially 3 or 4 character movies. This one happens to have 4, and both films star Jeremy Gardner and Taylor, I'm going to say Zodke. I'm going to pronounce it that way for right now. They are a real-life couple. Both of them and Graham Skipper, who also appears in The Leech, have also appeared in films from Joe Bagos, and who is thanked at the end of this film. And Joe Bagos has a Christmas-themed horror film coming out on Shudder tomorrow. I want to jump on this review for the new Joe Bagos movie. Joe Bagos, the director of VFW, and some other films, which I'm still getting caught up on. So basically, The Leech. This was a rough one. There's a whole 25-minute video essay about the film, and I was going to say it's not so much a Christmas horror movie, despite the cover here, that it's a horror movie set during Christmas, kind of like the way P2 is, you know what I mean? I love P2. Whereas like Silent Night, Deadly Night is, you know, certainly Black Christmas. These are what we would call Christmas horror movies. But there are some things going on subtly that actually I kind of changed my mind. It's pretty close. It certainly does take place during Christmas, in the week leading up to Christmas, and the principal characters actually take out a Christmas tree and decorate it. Both this film and Sadistic Intentions feature a lot of heavy metal music, which is pretty cool. If you guys know me, that's always a cool thing. And yeah, it was definitely pretty good. It's a little rough. It's not for everybody. There's a lot going on. It reminds me a little bit of Speak No Evil, in that the very divisive and controversial Speak No Evil, in that you have a character who is kind and perhaps to the point of naive, certainly, who allows a destructive presence, in this case, into his home. In Speak No Evil, it was the other way around. They went to that person's home, and then they cannot seem to extricate themselves from this horrible situation, and the problem just gets compounded and compounded. So basically you have a priest who has a congregation of almost 0, and he's got an assistant who helps him create these flows. It's pretty funny the way to hear the priest describe it, these little rap songs about, you know, the gospel that he puts online, and he's trying to bring in some new congregants, and he even tells one of the other characters, yeah, he's got an urban appeal. It's a little bit cringy, but nobody's watching his videos, and barely anybody is coming to this church. And he's trying to close up shop one night, and he hears a ruckus, and there's a guy sleeping in the pews, and one thing leads to another. The guy doesn't have any place to go. He says, come stay warm in my car, and then he ends up driving them to his girlfriend's house. She's not there. She's been evicted, so he says, come stay at my house. He's trying to be a good priest and practice what he preaches, like quite literally, and bring the guy into his home. He brings the guy into his home, and the guy's very rough around the edges, drinking and, you know, blasting heavy metal music in his room. And the girlfriend arrives, and she just kind of invites herself in, and it's basically a struggle with the priest trying to sort of reform this couple, and they slowly start to wear on his sanity. And you see this little interview with Eric Pennycoff and Graham Skipper is called The Voice of Reason. There's a fourth character played by Rigo Garay, who's the young guy that helps write these little mini rap songs. He's kind of like the voice of reason, like, Father, what's going on here? You know, and it heads for a conclusion that is not that pleasant. It's almost hard to watch in parts, but everybody involved does a great job. Jeremy Gardner, who's also a filmmaker, I can't recall the film. I just looked it up and realized I've seen one of his films. I cannot recall the name of it, but he's a filmmaker as well, and he does a great job. Now, especially considering that, Jeremy Gardner and Taylor Zodke are a real-life couple, and they're completely different. The way they play off of each other is completely different than the way they play off of each other in sadistic intentions. Their voices and their accents are totally different in this film. This is a well-acted film. Graham Skipper played the character of Rhodey in VFW. So I recommend this film. Be prepared. It's more like a horror movie set during Christmas with a lot of subtle Christmas themes, religious themes underneath, and we're not talking about a killer nutcracker or a killer tree or anything like that. This is more subtle with regard to those themes, and it's not going to be for everybody, but I think it's a well-made film. I did enjoy it. I do recommend it. Maybe watch the trailer and see for yourself if you think it might be something you would enjoy.
All right, guys, I just wanted to emphasize, I really like this film. I'm giving this a strong recommendation. I didn't mean to indicate otherwise in the video. But yes, I really like this. Highly recommend it. It's not for everyone. I think you can read the synopsis and determine whether it's for you or not. It is certainly a well-made film. I have no qualms at all with filmmaking. It's very impressive, and there's a lot going on under the surface that you can think about too. Now, as I said, it is on Arrow streaming, so you might not get to it this year, but file it away for next Christmas. If you're the type that likes to watch Christmas-themed horror during December. If not, watch it when it becomes available on another platform, and I think you'll enjoy it. Tomorrow, look for a quick post on Instagram about the Joe Bagos film that's coming out tomorrow, and then I'll follow that up with a review. I can't remember the title of it at the moment, but I'll follow that up with the review. All right, thanks. Later.